In today's video, we're going to cover how to get clients with content as a high-end luxury remodeler. Look, if you do projects that are in the high 5-figure or 6-figure range, you need content, and I'll explain why. The three things we're going to cover in this video are the problems with other forms of marketing, why content is king, and how to use content to generate clients on autopilot. First off, the problems with other forms of marketing for luxury remodelers. Maybe you've tried doing some SEO to boost higher in the Google search list. Maybe you've tried building a website to look fancy. Maybe you've done some Google or Facebook ads. Or you're still over here relying on Home Advisor or Angie, fighting with other contractors for leads in your area. Not good. So, all of these things, they aren't bad, but they have one major problem in common, which is that they are dependent upon people looking to buy right now. And if we come over here and look at something called the buyer's pyramid, which is just a way to segment your audience and their readiness to buy right now, only the top 3% are ready to buy right now. And this is a problem because it means you're leaving 97% of your already limited market on the table. And I say already limited because it is confined to homeowners in your city or region. So, let's look at the sales process with your current marketing and break it down. Right now, this is your sales process. You have 100% cold traffic, and you are relying on that cold traffic to either search remodeler near me or click on one of your ads they see, which is statistically only 3%. From there, let's say they all go to your website. Less than 3% are going to book a free consultation, book an estimate, and sign and seal the deal. Why? Because unless your clients are referrals, they have no idea who you are and few reasons to trust you. The 2 reviews on your website are not going to cut it. And this is where content comes in and why it is the solution. When you create content, you are able to explore other topics that wouldn't be talked about in ads or won't be seen on a website. Let me break it down. You can create educational content, top 5 things to know before remodeling, how a remodel can increase the value of your home. You can show stuff, your completed projects with before and afters, the unique processes you use, problem solving on the job. You can share stuff like behind the scenes, funny moments, your personal life, your thoughts, beliefs, etc. And finally, you can give stuff to people. You can hand out free resources about remodeling, like PDFs of things to know before remodeling. And then you can give opportunities for people to work with you. And when you create content on these subjects, if we come back to the buyer's pyramid, you are now creating interest that converts the other 97% of your market. Look, the thing about remodeling is that they are big decisions. And people don't make big decisions when they see one ad. I want you guys to think about this. When people are going on YouTube and they see a video ad, or when people are just sitting on their phone and they see a Google ad and they're searching for something, if they just see home remodels near me or whatever your ad says, they are not going to look at that and decide to drop high 5 to 6 figures on a home remodel. They need to become interested in a remodel and have that interest nurtured until it becomes a desire. And that desire grows the more it is fed until they eventually have to satisfy it. Now watch this. When you have been the one feeding them, who do you think they go to when they're hungry? That is the power of content. You can create desire, nurture that desire, and because you have been the one nurturing it, people go to you automatically. Not only does this make your marketing strategy way easier, it gets you exclusive leads as well. So now that you understand why content is so powerful, here's exactly how to use content to generate clients on autopilot. We're going to create what's called a content ecosystem, which is a fancy way of saying we're going to make Instagram and YouTube videos. Let me break it down for you. Right now, you are going to get cold traffic. We're going to use Instagram as our platform of choice because there are 2 billion active users on it. Plenty of them are homeowners in your area. On Instagram, we're going to post organic content, which is just regular posts, and then we're going to run ads. Instead of directing people to your website, we're going to direct people to your profile because your profile is basically the modern day website. Your profile can show who you are, what you do, all the content that we talked about earlier. From visiting your profile, people are going to look at it and see if they're interested or not. If they're interested, they are going to become a follower. And anyone that follows you becomes a lead because they are showing an initial sign of interest. And this is where we begin the nurturing process. From there, all your followers are going to start to see your long-form YouTube content where you go even further on the subjects we mentioned earlier, like 5 to 10 minute videos breaking down a process, doing a before and after, giving a client testimonial. You're going to have a VSL, which is just a video sales letter. It's going to explain to people what you offer, how you offer it, why you offer it. We're going to have retargeting ads, which is just showing these interested followers even more of your content so they are always aware of you. And then we're going to send them lead magnets to get them engaged. This is things like top 5 things to know before remodeling, just little freebies to make them feel seen and heard. At this point, we are now dealing with warm and qualified leads. No longer cold outreach or relying people coming coming to you with no idea who you are. They know exactly who you are, and they're coming to you because they want to work with you. So they're going to come to you in one of two ways. They're either going to message you directly because they're going to have a question, they're going to want access to a video, or you're just going to simply do some warm outreach to them like, hey, I saw you followed me. Curious, why did you do that? At that point, once the conversations are started, you're just going to ask a few qualifying questions to see if they're the right fit, like, do you live in my actual area? Do you have the budget for a remodel? What were you considering? If they qualify, you're going to ask if they want an estimate. Not only are they much more likely to agree to an estimate, they are much more likely to sign and seal the deal because they've been nurtured through all your content. They've seen what you can do for others. They know you can do it for them. And this works on autopilot because your organic content and ads run in the background 24/7. Once you get this set up, the only things you have to do are create new content and post it every few days, and then check your DMs daily to book estimates. And you can even outsource this part to somebody else, so you don't even have to do that. The best part though, this ecosystem gets stronger and stronger the more you fuel it. Let's break it down. It creates what it's called a flywheel. Every piece of content you create generates interest and gets you leads, who eventually convert and become your clients, leading to more project completions and testimonials, which are things you can create content on. And then it keeps cycling and cycling. And eventually, you have so many client testimonials and so many process breakdowns and such a good follower base that anyone who comes across your profile instantly knows they can trust you and you're the real deal. So instead of wasting tons of money on ads that do nothing by themselves and banging your head against the wall wondering how you're going to get new clients, build a simple content ecosystem that generates you clients on autopilot. I encourage you to go back through this video and pause on certain sections like right here so you can get ideas for what content to create, or the ecosystem funnel so you know how it works. But if you do have any questions, drop them in the comments below because I'll be making videos on them. And also check out my YouTube profile because I'm going to make videos on every part of this funnel and fully break it down so you can fully understand it. And if you want to learn how you can work with me directly to not only build but implement this system directly into your business, shoot me a DM on Instagram and we'll talk.